This video is sponsored by Art of War and Deep Cut Studios. Check out the description below for a wide range of excellent hobby resources such as battle mats, pre-painted terrain, and premium token sets.
Welcome to the Warriors Table. Today on the show I am joined by the champ.
The head of the Warriors Table.
The head of the
Warriors Table. Acknowledge me by my title.
Sorry. Title in hand.
Thank you.
We are going to play a lovely game today. What are we going to play?
We're playing MCP. And rightly you've decided not to challenge me for this. You're going to save that for a later date because you know I'm ready to set an example here.
Yeah, I didn't fancy the intimidation of challenging for the title today. I'm not ready for that shot just yet. I'm going to buy my time, work my way up the ranks. And then challenge at a later date.
But it's because we have crews that play beautifully. I've got a new crew in the Black Order that is just pure murder. So they fix all my dice issues.
Yeah, they do.
You've always played who?
And I've always played the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I'm going to put those guys on the board today. I think we should have a really good game.
Lovely. So we'll introduce you to the crews and get into it. And these are your good guys for the day.
Yes, this is my bunch of a-holes, the Guardians of the Galaxy. On the board today, I'm going to be bringing with him the leader, which is Star-Lord. Star-Lord's leadership ability is winging it at the start of every turn. He gives out 3 tokens to any of his compatriots. When they spend that token against any roll, they can re-roll up to 2 of the dice to make the outcome more favourable. The deadly duo, Rocket and Groot, are there on the board as well. Rocket and Groot. Groot is a bit more of a tank, meant to take the hits, while Rocket is somewhat of a shooty, ranged attacking character. The deadliest woman in the galaxy, Gamora, big sword, big damage, glass cannon, but can do some damage and get around that board, pretty nippy. Drax the Destroyer, again, somewhat of a powerhouse, can get into the fight, a little bit slow, but once he gets there, he's going to bring it. And I'm playing a model I've never used before, which is Agent Venom, a new member of the Guardians of the Galaxy in MCP. He brings a lot of tricks to the board, really stacked out stat card, can do a lot of different things, should be some good fun.
Yeah, we're playing 19 threats. This is what's allowed you to stack up and get...
a few more. Yeah. The numbers game in the Guardians of the Galaxy is always important. They always put a lot of models on the table. In terms of my tactics cards... we've got We Are Groot, which allows Groot and those around him to heal. Foreign Assignment, which is basically a special card just for Agent Venom. It allows him to pinball around the other Guardians, doing a different effect depending on who is within 2 of at any time. 2 power per action, but it means he can get that power up there. He can do a lot of different things in a turn. Deadly Duo, one of my personal favourites. Rocket stands next to Groot, jumps up on his shoulders, makes 3 attacks with his plasma rifle. We've also taken the Lovable Misfits, again, one of the more sort of jokers in the Guardians of the Galaxy's tactics and arsenal. They roll a dice, depending on what they do. They can get to make an action, or they can shoot, or they can move, or they can give themselves stun. Nice. So either way, it's going to work out well. And also I've taken the Galaxy's Greatest. So basically, if my Guardians get injured, I can use that tactics card. And for each injured Guardian, if they then spend 2 power, they then get a big dumb hero token, which gives them 1 additional dice for defense and attack rolls.
Yeah, they go full on.
Good crew, nice and rounded, bit of everything. I think they should go well into the Black Order.
And as for my crew, 19 points buys me 4 models.
You've only got 4, Tom.
I mean, Thanos is rocking in at 8 as the leader of the Black Order. He's got the Infinity Gem for space, which allows him to bamf around. He's got the Mind, which allows him to subdue others and make them do his bidding. And then basically, yeah, we've got enough space for Husband and Wife, Proxima Midnight, and Call the Sclave. Good 1-2 combo can chain activate. And then we've got Big Angry Black Dwarf. So there's no other stones going on then. They are pure base stats, base cards. As much as I desperately would like a Black Swan in there with a power gem, I cannot afford it, sadly.
Yeah, I am, even there's only 4 of them, extremely intimidated right now. I've seen what the Black Order can do on the board.
Yeah, shout out to Mike for the paint job that he has done on them. I'll link him below, but he did a fantastic job on them and far more than I could have ever imagined, let alone achieved. In terms of crisis cards for me, I've got the standard Black Order unique ones. So I've got Mothership, which is the Swapperoo. Price of Failure, which is if someone's not doing well, Thanos just goes die. Speaking of death, I've got Execute, which is where Proxima and Corvus can basically eliminate defense dice on an enemy if they're both ganging up on someone. Blood to Spare, which is like a last-ditch attack before getting KO'd. and Power of the Cosmos, which is an aura attack which gets boosted by the amount of infinity gems that you've got. So Thanos he's able to do the big old pulse of death.
Everything's named so intimidatingly.
It is, they're the proper rock. And speaking of which, Death's Agenda, my leadership ability, which means every time I KO a character, not daze them, as long as they're not a grunt, I get an extra VP, because he's trying to woo Death, and she be wooed by that.
She'd be wooed by the killings.
So let's go set up, we'll introduce the crisis cards and get into it. Okay, and here we are, all set up for today's game. We're on an industrial complex. It's like Baron Zemo's little area that he
Yeah, quite fantastical for the Guardians versus Black Order.
Yeah, we just didn't want to have a fight in a city, to be fair. So we've got an interesting combination here of our crisis, because we're going to use one of the new cards. We're going to combo it with, I think, one of the old ones. So our secure is Cran Crystal Gets Heroes Home. Which
that was a mouthful, wasn't it?
I'm not sure I got that right. It was basically like 4 blue tokens you can see in a square around the middle. And the idea with these ones is that they are control tokens, so you can hit them and walk away. But if you've got an enemy contesting, you have to roll a dice to see if you can.
Take it.
The only weird thing they do is if you've got an extract token, which we'll talk about in a second, and you're contesting one of the blues, you gain extra power. So it's like they power up with
added bonus.
Speaking of extracts, we've gone simple to make it less complicated. We've got Inhumans Deploy Advanced Weaponry. So you've got 4 asset cards or extraction cards, tokens across the middle. And basically, if we pick these assets up, we gain a beam attack, but we can only hold 1 per character. So I've got the initiative here going in. I've got Thanos with his extra power from his stones, and you've got nearly double the amount of models ready to go.
It's a numbers game.
It definitely is. I think it might be a little bit of a scramble turn 1, and then we'll see how we go. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
I'm heroically going to pass.
That's so very gracious of you, trying to mitigate my numbers advantage from turn 1. So at the start of my turn, I'm going to give my Winging It tokens out. So Stylo's going to have one, Gamora's going to have one, Agent Venom's going to have one. So that means when they roll dice, I can discard those tokens and re-roll a couple of them. I'm going to go first with Groot. My big tree is going to do a quick move forward to here.
A quick short move forward.
Quick short move forward. With a big base, you only need to move short. He's going to spend his power to claim this secure for me. And he's going to do another slight move, just a little bit this way, staying somewhat at arm's length from the Black Order.
I shall pass.
Damn it! So we're starting to see a theme and a trend already in this game. Nice and easy for me. Gamora then. Take a walk forward. Budge up ever so slightly to within 1 of that extract. She'll spend her power to pick that up and claim it for herself.
Oh, the big boy coming. The big boy he coming. Black Dwarf. He is gonna do a short dwarf sprint. They're natural sprinters. And then he's just going to do it a second time to here, to be within range 1 and kind of not hiding behind this building in any way, Dave.
I don't think he's small enough to hide behind that building.
4, yeah, he's very big. But I'm going to spend my power to gain this extract token.
You actually took a turn!
I'm going to menacingly look at Drax and be like, come at me, ignore Thanos.
So, more smash and grab from the Guardians. Agent Venom's going to go. He's going to walk his medium. He's going to walk again to within an inch of that extract. Spend his power. Pick it up. Jobs are good.
I feel this is what you need to do. Get them as quick as possible.
Gotta get him quick.
Over to Thanos. I will not call him the Big Daddy Baddie. Don't keep calling him the Big Daddy Baddie. So, he's going to activate. I'm going to use 2 power to Cosmic Portal Corvus forward. So he's just to the left here. He's going to bamf so that he's within 1 of the secure that is over on that side. Speaking of secures, I'm then going to take a walk action to like there. I'm going to spend my last remaining power to claim that in the name of the Black Order. And then I'm going to use my Infinity Space Gem to bounce myself. I basically just want to be within range 3 of Groot, and I'm not quite, you can see here. So I'm just going to literally go to like there. To be within range 3. And then that allows me to use my Mind Gem, which I can both use these for free because I'm just a bit
Thanos.
Power.
Yeah.
So I advance you short
So I'm just going to move you to like here. And then the question, Dave, was whether I punch you or blast you. Now the punch would be a builder, which allows me to gain some power, but I'm actually going to go with a cosmic blast. So this is going to be 5 dice versus your energy defense.
Which is only 2. Leave the tree alone.
Okay, so we have got a crit in there. Okay, so no swirly whirlies for any Titan's will, but I do have 4 hits compared to your 1 block.
1 block.
So that'll be 3 damage dealt to you, my love. Knocks him down to what, 4 health?
4 left.
And that's the big boy.
So yeah, speed and numbers definitely on my side in this first turn. We're going to go with Star-Lord. He's going to move. He's going to move again. Spend his single power. Grab that extract token to give me 3 out of the 4 in this first turn.
That's not bad. Corvus Glaive then for me, he's going to go. He's going to spend a power just to claim this objective here. He's going to grab some crystals. And then he's just going to advance to this position because I still want to be contesting this objective because I realise I've left the other one slightly open. And I'm going to whack Gamora. So this is a 5 dice strike versus her defense.
Which is 3 against the physical.
There is our crit in there. So, so that is 4 successes. And I do get a pierce. So I can change one of your crits, blocks, or swirlies to a blank. So if you
okay, so change that to a blank. That'll make me then use my winging it token to re-roll any 2 dice. I'll re-roll these 2 and get exactly the same result, meaning I blocked 1.
So 3 damage going through there, mate.
3 left.
And I gain 3 power for that luxury.
So Drax is going to go. He's just going to make his standard walk to here. Yeah, he's going to spend his 1 power. He's going to switch the secure on to make that mine. Whoop. He's then going to take another walk. Now he's got a choices. Does he go for vengeance and directly at Thanos? Or does he go and take on the Black Dwarf? Decisions. I think he's going to go and mix it up with the big man. So he'll take another walk into here. Ready for the next turn.
Proxima's going to go and back up her husband. She can't quite get within Gamora striking range, so I'm just going to move. I mean, she's still rapid, though, to here.
Gotta love them long moves.
Yep. And then I'm just going to yeet a spear at her. So this is 5 dice versus your energy defense.
Which is 3.
Oof. Basically.
Should have saved it by winging it. Nothing for me.
Oh, she's lucky then. She's going to be alive on 1 health. So that's 2 damage.
No worries, takes it down to a last point.
And then I have to place within one of you. So
yes, come over here.
Yeah.
Come and join Agent Venom and Gamora.
Party. So I'm just going to place like just behind the terrain here. And that is Proxima done.
So I'm going to do probably one of the most counterintuitive things I've ever done in MCP. I'm going to keep Rocket a million miles away from Groot, which just feels inherently wrong. He's going to take a slight sideways shuffle to here, staying still as far away as he can.
He's really scared of people just getting
within that 5 range. Yeah, he's just going to mop up the back. And he's going to take a plasma rifle shot at Proxima Midnight. So it's going to be 5 dice against your energy.
Of 3. Ooh, right, I have got cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to convert that to a block, unless you do anything weird with modified dice.
I do not.
Okay.
My crit, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have 3 blocks, but I reduce damage down to a minimum of 1, so you're still going to have to hit me no matter what, really.
Yep, so just do the 1. Why do the dice suddenly like you very much today? What is going on the planet?
It's championship advantage.
Yeah.
Like, now I've got the belt, I'm superpowered. So I take damage though, so I'm down to 4 health.
Yeah, 1 more power for Rocket. That's the end of his activation.
And at the end of the first turn, Guardians are up on points.
Yeah, sheer numerical advantage, I think. I think I had to get out there across that middle line quick, start scooping some up, get some early points on the board. I don't think I'm going to hold on to it this turn,
it's
though.
5-3 in your favour. I mean, I've had to spend a lot of my base power. I mean, Proxima and Corvus are loaded up, but Thanos and Black Dwarf are basically just on their pure generated power.
It's definitely going to be a game of 2 halves of the board from what we're looking at the moment.
Yeah, so 3-5, as we said, going into this. Black Order going into turn 2 with the first activation.
Eek!
So, I am going to go with Corvus Glaive to begin with. I've got the choice of trying to execute Gamora on 1 health or just trying to chuck a big spear at her. So I'm going to go with the Death Blow. This is going to cost me 4 power, but it's going to be 7 dice against her physical defense. But because I'm within 4 of Thanos, I'm going to do a Death's Decree and spend 2 power from him, because I know what you're about to do, to gain an extra 2 dice to this.
All or nothing from the Black Order. Gamora's going to spend 2 power, which then kicks in her martial prowess. That basically means she's rolling 5 defense dice, and if you don't do me any damage, I'll do you a little bit of damage in return.
So 7 dice to 5.
Oh!
I mean, I've definitely done damage, Dave.
I've got all the crits.
So...
not enough though. What is that roll?
So
what is that?
Give me a moment because I need to fish for see if I get a swirly.
You don't even need to roll any more dice.
It'll do a trigger if I get a swirl. Ah,
oh no! What a shame.
Definitely dead.
Yep. How many is that?
That's many. I think that's 7 hit went
7. I rolled 3 crits and still managed to achieve no blocks.
So, yeah, take a slap, mate. So you will gain a daze token. You'll gain a power, because I did do the singular...
yeah, that single one that I had remaining.
And would you be so kind as to give me your extract, please? Now, I'm going to try and be a little bit smart about this, he says famously, because it's like, where do I drop this in order to get a benefit from it? Because I kind of want it pick-upable, but at the same time, not so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drop it behind.
Behind who?
Because what Corvus can do after he makes this attack is he may advance medium. So, because we can walk through people, he's going to be, excuse me wife, excuse me recent victim, and he's going to go stand here within range 2 of Agent Venom. And my idea is, I was hoping for a flurry so I could get another slap off here, but I'm just going to have to declare a strike against him. So this is going to be 5 dice versus your physical defense, and my hope here is I can maybe spike and get enough power to do a double interacty.
You will not. That's not happening.
So, 5 dice.
4 for Agent Venom.
Okay.
Oh, not rolling anything. I am going to wing it. Roll 2.
Yep.
And still not get anything. Wow, that is some dice hatred.
Okay, I would have Pierce, so I will change that swirly whirly there to a blank.
Ouch.
And I will do 4 of your English damage to you.
Oh, that was not good either.
So I'll gain 4 power because that is a Builder-Rooney. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a power to convert that token over because it's not being contested by anyone, is it? Because Gamora's days.
Yeah, that's right.
This belongs to the Black Order, friendo. And then I'm going to spend another one to fish out that extraction, which I've stupidly put there and I'm not going to even attempt to get it out on camera.
No, we'll do that when we take a break.
So, I'm not done. I'm going to spend a power.
That was a lovely realisation there at the end of that.
Husband of Proxima Midnight, so if she's within 3 of me, I can chain activate.
Yay!
So she's going to go, and she's going to... The Death Star's going to rotate. I mean, her spear doesn't allow her too much, but she's just going to yeet a spear at Agent Venom, because he's a symbiote and he doesn't like it. So this is a spear throw, so this is 5 dice versus his energy defense.
Which is just a 2.
He's on 2 health, isn't he?
He is. This is not going to end well. Oh, man.
Right. Well, I'm going to roll the crit anyway. Well, nothing there, but that's going to be 2 damage, mate.
Against my 2 blankety blanks.
Yay! Get dazed. Can I have his extract, please?
You can indeed.
Now, I do have to place myself within, like, 1 of you, so I'm just going to place myself to...
Look at all that power, though.
I
Next
know,
time
you
he's
are
coming and
well
he's getting you.
So, I'm going to spend a power to pick this up. It's all coming up Black Order at the moment, isn't it? And then I am wondering if it is worth me just jogging back to go and sit near the extract, sit near the secure, just to make it a little bit harder for you to try and grab. Or do I go for a rocket? I don't think I can reach rocket. So I'm going to just move back to here for my second one. And that will be my chain activation all done.
So, my big dumb tree is going to go. He's not too keen being stood next to the Mad Titan. First thing he's going to do is going to spend 2 of his power to use his living plant ability, which means he heals 2 wounds, putting him back down to 1. He's then going to make a walk. Bye, Thanos. I'll see you later.
Don't want any of this.
He's just come around here. He wants to be a little bit closer to the Mr. Raccoon. He's then going to make a strike attack against Corvus Glaive. It's going to be 5 dice against your physical.
3. 0.
3 for me, which is not too bad. Not getting anything on the wild.
Do reduce it by 1, so I'll take 2. So for power reasons,
Yeah.
2, and I'll only gain 2.
So that's not too bad. We will take
down
it.
to 4 health. So I shall be passing my turn, good sir.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with Mr. Lord. He's going to try and shoot Black Dwarf with his elemental gun first things first. Blam, blam, blam. 5 dice against your energy.
Of 3, which is nada.
3 for me. I will take that.
I reduce it by 1, so I will take 2 because I have invulnerable skin.
So on the back of that, I'll gain 3 power. Of that 3 power, I will spend 2 of it for a hit and run.
Gain 2 power.
Oh, of course, yeah. 2 power, because I only did 2 because you reduced it by 1.
Exactly.
So I'll still spend 2 power, leaving me with 1 left for a hit and run. So basically I make an attack action, and then I can make a move straight after it. So gonna hit him again with the elemental gun. 5.
My 3. Nothing.
Not as good for me this time, so I'm going to spend my wing in it to re-roll 2. I can't re-roll the skulls, but I can re-roll these 2 and get exactly the same result. So just doing 1.
Yeah, I have to take the 1.
You do.
And then you get to skadoosh.
And now I'll get back to move, and I'll come just within this secure to make it a little trickier for you.
Okay, I'm going to go with Black Dwarf. He is going to spend 2 for Enforced Oblivion, the most metal ability in MCP. Like just hear a guitar.
I already say it just feels like it should be with a riff when you announce that one.
He can make a move action, and then the next attack he makes this turn adds 2 dice. I'm going to go to within 2 of Mr. the Lord, and I'm going to whack him in the face with a strike, simply. But I say simply, Dave, it's an 8 dice strike.
Yeah, 6 up to 8 against my physical of 3.
See how we do. I've rolled all the blanks in the land.
So, because I haven't rolled any defense in my dice,
You got a
I'll
crit.
get the crit rolled out. No, nothing. My plucky attitude will kick in, which basically means Star-Lord can re-roll all of his defense dice. So I can re-roll all 4, mitigate those 2, and I still get nothing. Block 1.
You get a crit though.
I can't re-roll the crits again after I've already rolled a crit in.
Yeah, but it still counts as a block.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 2.
So nothing.
Yay!
You survive it. And that is both of my actions for Black Dwarf, because it's an action to do the Enforced Oblivion.
So Drax is going to go and continue his one-man mission of vengeance against the Mad Titan. He's going to take a walk to here. Before he takes a swing at him, he's going to take this secure and make it mine for spending his 1 power. And then he's going to get at Thanos in the back with his blades. It's going to be 5 against his physical defense. It's not too shabby. I'm going to get 3.
Once again, I get nothing. But I am super strong, so I reduce damage by 1, so I take 2.
3 down to 2. And because I got the wild, it means the Mad Titan will get bleed.
Yep, do not appreciate that.
And I'm going to build 2 power on the back of that attack. And because I've got 2 power, I'm going to then spend that 2 power. No, I'm not. No, I'm not, because it costs 3. Ignore me, that is Drax the Destroyer done.
It is time for the Titan of Madness. He is gonna Space Gem. Bamf. To here. I am going to bleed some blue blood in a minute, or whatever it is.
He's awesomely manoeuvrable for a large gentleman.
Smack Star-Lords in the face. 6 dice strike versus your defense.
Which is 3.
Be better dice. Okay.
Oh.
It is slightly better.
And mine is slightly worse.
So that is 3 successes currently.
Yep, again, my plucky attitude is going to kick in because I haven't rolled any defense dice on that one. Try it again. And I'll just get 1 for the wild.
So interesting things happen here. So I've got throw, which is before damage is dealt. So currently, we just know I'm doing 2 damage to you from the strike.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll bank that for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I can throw you away a small amount. So I think I just throw you into this barrier.
Yep.
So take damage.
That collision will do me the extra 1. Yep.
You'll gain the power for that.
I do.
And then you'll take 2 damage.
Yep. Making it 3 total for me.
And I will gain 2 from doing buildery things. Okay, so Thanos is just going to have to do big things here. I thought I could spend 2 to Bamf again, but Cosmic Portal is another allied character.
Wow, wow.
I mean, I could still do it though, because I could Bamf for him there. But anyway, I'm going to spend 1 to convert that to the Black Order. We're going to go for the big point swing this turn. I'm then going to walk to stand within 1 here. I'm going to use my Mind Gem to tell Drax to just go away. Be angry somewhere else. So he's going to go off screen and just be like, oh, how dare you tell me that. And then I'm going to spend another 1 to pinch that.
Oh, the ability to move other models in this game is so good.
Now I could spend 2 to try and move Black Dwarf, but I'm going first next turn anyway, so I'm just going to take my 1 damage, take my lump, which I don't think I gain powerful because it's not from an enemy
effect. It's not, no.
That's Thanos all done.
So the Trash Panda is suitably pissed about what the Black Order are doing to his buddies. He's going to try and even the score. First thing he's going to do is going to take a walk to here, putting him within 2 of Groot, so that personal bodyguard will now kick in, but also within 1 of that secure. He's going to spend 1 of his power to try and claim that secure for the Guardians of the Galaxy. Needs
any kind of hit.
Yeah, hit, wild, crit, damn! So he doesn't quite get it, so that's not going to put a point on the board, but he's just going to try and unload some of his anger. He's going to start with a plasma rifle, which is his builder, against Corvus Glaive. He's going to roll 5 against his energy defense.
3. Which is nothing.
Oh,
no.
Wow, that is a handful of skulls.
If only like Scarlet Witch was here.
No, winging it token on rocket, so I'm just going to have to live with that. That's unfortunate, but he's going to get real mad. He's going to spend 2. Groot's going to spend 2, and he's going to play the Deadly Duo Tactics Guard.
Okay.
He's going to jump on the tree's shoulders and just go bam, 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 bam. So,
Played enough Marvel Rivals to know how this ends.
Yep, so first attack, he gets 3 plasma rifle attacks, but each attack has to be against someone different. He's going to take another one against Corvus, 5 dice against his energy defense once more.
Nothing.
Little better this time. 2 hits a crit, roll in that extra crit, so it'll just be 3.
Down to 2, because I am just Black Order and apparently I just don't care about damage. I've got 2 health left.
Oof, not quite as much as I want. Oh, if only that first one went through.
I know. My defense dice are not as good as my attack dice.
Same again. So it is range 5. I'm sure he will be in more than range of Proxima at the back. The line of sight's not blocked by base in MCP. 5.
Nothing for her.
2 for me. Nothing to re-roll.
Because I am Black Order, so I have built-in defenses. Because she's just invulnerable, apparently.
She is. just give them anything. Yeah, just make it up as you go along. So that's going to be Rocket Raccoon done. Could have gone better, could have gone worse. So I think that was exactly how I was expecting that turn to go. I thought...
4 of the secures. I was not expecting to get 4.
No, that was Thanos with his trickery, getting himself around the board. But it's a turn that sets up a good turn potentially for me now.
Absolutely. So we're on 10-6 currently. You got the 1 and I got a big swing from that. But I go first, but I have to do big dice, big things, and then you basically have free reign. I've got a lot of characters who are 2 strikes away, shall we say, of bad dice, which I've currently had in my defence, to going down. So we're exchanging dazed, I think, is the way this works, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. I think, again, the numbers for me are now going to come back into play in this turn 3. Having models with plenty of power. We'll see if we can pull some back.
Yeah, boy. So, first up for me is going to be Proxima Midnight. She is going to declare a spear throw on Miss Gamora.
Why is Gamora? Leave her alone.
Who is Gamora?
But what I'm going to do is, because she's within 1 of Corvus, both Corvus and Proxima are going to spend 2 to make this an execute attack, which means you get no defense dice. There's no point you martial prowess thinking.
No, we'll have to sit this one out and pray to the dice gods.
I'm also going to spend 2 on Thanos to use Death's Decree.
Why?
So basically, it's a 7 dice.
You don't need to do that.
But we're hoping for spiky dice. We shall see. So 7 dice attack. Not amazing is the good news for you. So that's 2. But there's a crit in there.
Let's just be thankful Black Order don't get a great deal of access to reroll.
Yes. So that'll be 3 damage.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I can live with that. She's still in the game.
I place within range 1 of you. Now, there's no poison there because I've not done anything with a swirly whirly goodness. And then, because I've got the inhuman weapon, I'm going to fire a beam attack across the bow at the 2 of them. So Gamora's on, what, 3 health?
She is.
So this is going to be a 6 dice attack, but I cannot modify my dice. So I get the crits, but I don't get the other stuff, basically.
Yep. And I spend 2 for my martial prowess to make my defense 5.
So, you're still targeted by a beam attack, aren't you? I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
So 6 dice. Swirl.
Scully Wooly.
I think you're going to hit me back, yeah?
So I'll block 3.
Yeah, I've only got 1 going through, so you'll do 2 damage to me. It's an enemy effect, though, so I gain power for that, though.
You do indeed, yeah.
So I've got 1 health left on her. I'm glad Agent Venom has not got the ability to do this. And then she's going to beam onto Agent Venom, and he's got worse energy defense, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's only got the 2.
Oh, that's much better. So 1, 2, 3, and a crit. Oh, you're rolling pretty well as well, though.
Yeah, I think it's my turn this turn for the dice rolls. Block 3.
Nothing going through. So what I'm then going to do is end Proxima's activation, but she is the wife of Corvus Glaive, and I'm going to have to chain activate here. Oh, we're spaffing big activations. So I'm going to go with Corvus Glaive. He is going to try and death blow Gamora.
Gamora really would like to stay alive after this. So she's going to spend the 2 again for martial prowess to roll 5 defense dice.
So this is 7 dice attack. Seeing how we get on here. Okay.
It's not bad. Another one for my crit.
Oh, not amazing.
How many are you getting?
4.
I will wing it to reroll 2. I've blocked 3 already, but I would like another one to sort of
you get the crit?
rid of it. Yep, so it blocks all 4.
Nothing. So I take 2 damage. Yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
I reduce damage by 1 though, don't I?
You do.
It's an enemy effect. Oh, actually, that's the point. Actually, Proxima took
Reduce
1
it by
less.
1.
So I'll take 1 off her.
Fair.
So you're doing 1 damage to me, which means I gain a power.
You do.
I mean, it's still not great because I would have loved to have absolutely rinsed her. And then for my second action, this hasn't gone quite to plan. I'm going to Atom Splitter on Agent Venom. So this is only 4 dice, but this is versus your energy defense.
That sounds painful, and Agent Venom doesn't like the energy, so he's only rolling 2.
Oh, no, wait. I'm going to beam attack because I've got a thingy. Because
you've got a beam?
Yeah, so I'm just going to beam across the bow. I will do Agent Venom first because I picked the order for this. So 6 dice versus your energy defense here.
Which is just the 2.
Okay. 3 crits is nice. I don't know what the rest is going to become. Oh, well, that's
plenty. I'm going to block just the 1, which would leave him on.
That's 4 damage, that'll be. Do you want to wing it but risk it?
Winging it for 1, is it worthwhile? No. Okay. I'll hold it and I'll take the 4.
Yeah, I think he's going to be tapped out on power.
He is now at 10.
And then against Gamora.
She will spend the 2 to martial prowess it.
Yeah, because that will basically knock me out in a second.
Yeah, let's try and get that done. Nowhere near as good for me this time.
Just the 2 for me.
Then I'm blocked absolutely anything.
So she's got 1 health left.
So just 1 left.
She'll gain 2 power though.
She will, which could be good for me.
Yeah, annoyingly I couldn't wipe her out. I mean, that's a much better beam attack than the one that Proxima fire, but it's still not quite enough, but that ends my chain activationing.
Okay, we're gonna go with Agent Venom, and he's gonna try and throw a Hail Mary.
He's got like a full stack here, hasn't he? Pretty much,
So he's gonna rinse through his power. He's gonna try and do as much as possible. For the first thing he's gonna do, he's gonna make his Symbiote Special Forces attack, which is a Beam 3 attack, which is 7 dice. So
7 dice is nice.
3 beams, so he's going to shoot it forward from himself over into Corvus Glaive. We did do some pre-measuring. He can do it without touching any of his own characters, which is great. So it's going to be a full 7-2.
I have a 3 on my defense. And I get a single crit currently, which I see you've rolled more.
Many mores.
1 block.
So I'm going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So I'll reduce that by 1, but shockingly that will be enough to daze me.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to use the Blood to Spare card reactively.
So to finish that attack, because I rolled a hit and a wild,
Yep.
everyone within 2 of Agent Venom also takes a damage.
It's just enemies, I imagine.
Just
Yep.
enemies, yep.
So I'll take 1 on Proxima. She's got 1 health left because she reduces the 1 to 1. So she's got 1
One left.
So, Corvus Glaive, Blood to Spare, it says I can use an attack immediately before gaining the Daze token. If this attack results in me removing damage, I'm not dazed, but that's not going to work. I'm going to use my beam attack because it's once per turn and we're on new turns.
We are.
So I'm going to beam attack back at you. So I think we said this was 6 dice, didn't we? So
Yep.
I'm going to resolve it against Agent Venom first, and then I'll do Gamora afterwards.
So Agent Venom's just got the 2 runes left, 2 for his energy. Ooh.
4.
That's
much
not
else has he got
good.
left?
He's got 2 left.
Take 2 damage, please.
Yeah, okay, that'll be Agent Venom gone before he got to spend any of that wonderful power.
Death's Decree or Death's Agenda, I'm going to gain a VP from that because I've killed a man. So I go up to 11, and then I've got my energy attack on Gamora. Do you want a martial prowess this? I mean, I'm going to get
yes.
I'm going to get KO'd either way, but you want the extra dice potentially.
Yeah, I mean, you're already KO'd, aren't you? So
2 power there. So this is 6 dice versus her energy defense. Oh dear God. That's 6 hits.
and 4 skulls. 1 block is 5. So that's going to also KO Gamora.
I'm going to gain another VP.
Oh, man.
That's 12 points for me. Now, Corvus will...
I feel like I made a mistake.
No, you did nothing wrong. The dice just... It's MCP dice. Right, so I get knocked out and dazed, so you get this, mate.
Oh,
Place it with a
thanks.
range one.
Consolation prize.
That's a disgusting counter
That was
attack.
horrendous. So that was the end of Agent Venom's activation, meaning it will be you to go while I go and cry in the corner.
So I'm just profusely apologising to Dave off camera there that I can't roll any defence dice, but apparently my attack dice are the hottest things
I
that
am
ever live.
I am
MCP
shook. I'll live with it. We'll see where we go.
So we're going to go with Black Dwarf. He's going to spend 2 power to do Guitar Solo and Enforced Oblivion. So this is an action. He makes a move. I'm going to move to stand. Nya. And then the next attack action I make adds 2 dice to the attack roll. So I'm going to axe strike. I'm going to axe you a question, Star-Lord. But I'm going to spend 2.
Ask away.
I'm going to spend 2 on Thanos to Death's Decree. So because I'm healthy, I add 2 more. So this is 10 dice physical attack.
Against my lowly 3.
Try to get 3 damage off on Star-Lord if I can. I don't think I'm going to do it, I'm sad to say. So, you will block 2. That's just about saved him, I think. So
Yes!
that's going to be 2 damage. I think there might be a way for me to cheese this because this is a builder. So I'm going to gain 2 power. You're on 1 health left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to spend 3 for Black Fury. Choose an interactive terrain feature on enemy character, both size 4 or less and within 2, and throw it medium. I'm going to throw Star-Lord into that girder that is next to him. Take a point of damage, please.
No, that was cheese.
Daze him. And I would like his extract, if you wouldn't mind. I would like his little tokeny bits.
You may have it.
I will drop it. I think there's technically a space there.
Yeah, just
drop
about.
Yeah. Good job, big boy.
Okay, so we're going to go with an activation from Groot. It's going to be quite an expansive one. We'll start by spending a power of the 3 he's got to make that one mine. Second thing he's going to do, he's going to take a walk. And he's going to come over sort of around here.
We'll fish out the extract after
Yeah,
this.
so within one of that extract, so he's going to spend another one of his power to pick that up.
So he's got 1 left.
1 left. I'm now going to play one of my tactics cards, which is Lovable Misfits. So this is an interesting one. I'm going to roll a dice, and depending on what that dice roll shows, is going to depend on what each character is going to do. So I can spend 1 power from each of the Guardians to do it. I'm going to spend a power with Groot, and I'm going to spend a power with the Raccoon. And I'm going to roll the dice. Groot gets 2.
That's a hit.
It's a hit, so that basically means on a hit, if the roll hit, enemy characters within 3 of that character holding or contesting an objective token suffer 1 damage.
So Thanos and Black Dwarf are going to take a damage.
That's not too bad. We can take that.
Yep, so I will do a damage each to them. So Black Dwarf has got 2 wounds left. Thanos has got 4 wounds left because Thanos is contesting, Black Dwarf is holding.
That's
I
right.
mean, technically he's contesting as well, actually.
And then we'll do the same. We'll roll the dice for Rocket Raccoon. So Rocket's gonna get Swirly, which is gonna be he's gonna get to make an attack.
Oh, that's nice.
So I was looking for 1 or 2 things. I could have done the single point of damage. I'd have been happy with that because that would have then took out Proxima. But the attack also means I'm going to get another shot at it too.
Yeah, so she's on 1 health left. Are you going to shoot her, I imagine?
I'm going to shoot it with my plasma rifle. It's going to be 5 against her energy defense.
Well, I'm going to spend 2 for martial prowess because I also have this. So 5
I'm not
dice.
within 2 of you.
Ah, you bugger. How dare you do that to me? You know your rules better than I do.
Unfortunate.
You rude person.
I mean, it makes a turn for the rules to go my way. So
3 dice defense then for me. Oh, is that 3 hits there?
that's 3 hits.
I get a crit, but I can't chain enough. That's 1 for me, so it does the damage.
That's not too bad.
So knock her on her bum. She will drop.
Token. We'll put this just sort of as close to Rocket as we can get it. Because he's probably going to go around and swoop that in.
Dazed.
And then we're going to continue with the rest of Groot's activation. So back to Groot to continue his activation after that slight sidestep.
I mean, very good side step.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain too much. He's no energy left though, which means he's just going to make a strike against the Black Dwarf. It's 5 against Black Dwarf's physical.
4. A solitary block for me.
And 3 for me.
So I will reduce that down to 2, but that is still enough to KO me. We're definitely exchanging the damage.
Oh, that
here.
was good.
And I've got another extraction to drop there for you, mate. Because obviously you picked up the one that is technically between those 2. Oh, it's like pinatas going pop all over the place.
Yeah, I'm not quite feeling as bad as losing 2 models now. But yeah, that was a good activation. Well done, Grip. Okay, so Tom's passed.
I have passed.
I'm going to go again.
Just to force the choice. I mean, you absolutely do make an easy choice because Rocket's got no power here.
That's
so he
right.
Kind of has to go.
So whilst that turn sort of aligned as I wanted it to, it was only at the end where I realised, holy moly, Rocket has no power now. So we need to get him some power. He definitely needs to come back in and see if we can flip some of these extracts and at least try and get some points. He's going to take a short walk to there. Still to be within 1 of the securing the extract behind him, but then to be within 5 of Thanos as well. He's going to try and shoot him with his builder and hope for the best. Plasma rifle, which is 5 against his
3
energy.
for me. That is a singular shield for me.
And a singular hit from me.
Catches the bullet in his teeth.
Yeah,
Or the laser beam.
how it's going to go. So nothing happens. Rocket's unfortunately going to be done.
So just the big man for me left to go. He does not have one of these exciting extract tokens, so he needs to get stuck in. He's going to take a bleed damage at the end of this activation, but he's okay with that. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk over here, which leaves that objective unguarded for Mr. the Destroyer, but I'm doing a 2 point for 1 point swing here is my plan. So I'm going to move here, and then we're going to use the Mind Gem, my super sexy sensual hips, to
Lower rocket.
Lower rocket to about like there. So he's not within one of the objective.
But then also not within 2 of Mr. Groot to pass the hit.
And then I'm going to do a 6 dice striking him.
Raccoon does not like this. He's only got 2 physical defense. Crit.
Okay.
Block 2.
2. So take 2 damage.
And he's still kicking.
But I get throw. So this is before damage is dealt. I can throw you away small.
I do actually remember.
You don't gain cover all
Rocket always gains cover, so he only took 1.
damage. So you gain a power.
I gain a power.
And then technically this is before damage is dealt. I throw you small. So I'm going to yeet you just into this girder here. So
because Rocket is nimble,
you don't care.
He doesn't take any damage from collisions.
Completely understandable. Now I did a damage to you, so I gain the power. And then basically you know where these objectives are. So Thanos is just going to bamf around the corner. He's going to use his Cosmic Cube. He's going to just pop up within range 1 of these. I'm going to spend 1 power to grab the extract. I'm going to spend 1 power to flip the objective to me. And then I'm going to take a damage at the end of my activation.
So, as he's often portrayed, Drax is a little bit dazed and confused. He may as well be stood still and invisible on that side of the board.
He's a step behind Thanos.
There is nothing for him. Literally, his activation is going to be simply walk, spend the power, make that mine out of pure spite, and claim it for the Guardians of the Galaxy. And unfortunately, he's going to be done. And I think that's the game.
It is. We'll do our handshake here and we'll go to the points summary in a second. Good game. And at the end of the 3rd turn, we think that is where we call it because it is 16-8. Thanks to those 2 beamy kills.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things that I potentially should have saw it coming. I should have saw that there was that option there for Tom, but I didn't, and it is what it is. I made the choice. I live with it.
That's a win for Death's Agenda for this day. So we'll go to the outro and we'll talk it through. Yeah. Does it smell of glory? It smells of victory. Let that be a marker that if anyone wants to challenge me at MCP, that's what will happen. The murders will happen, okay? My weakest game has now become my strongest game because Thanos is just... That beam attack, counter attack was insane.
That didn't go well. At the start of the game when we set it up with the...
Go blind with purple.
With the grain, with the crises we were playing, I didn't quite like the look of it for the Guardians. The Guardians like to be out on the flanks. They like to be playing further away from the middle. They're not the best in the scrum.
Evening the numbers game was huge though. Like Gamora and Agent Venom getting like kind of knocked down quickly and then knocked down again because you had the numbers. Because I thought, rightly so, you grabbed the extracts and I thought he's going to bank those and I've got to chase him.
I think the intention was grab him and then run.
Yeah.
But I don't like playing that game. I want to play the game.
And also chain activations between Corvus and Proxima allows you to put out the hurt. I think my attack dice were insane in places.
Yeah, they were really difficult.
Really
I mean, swingy MCP dice is swingy MCP dice. Yeah. You can guarantee that every single game. I didn't feel like it was a bad showing for the Guardians. Don't get me wrong. They got their licks in here and there.
Rocket.
Yeah, Rocket Raccoon was great. Some good use of the tactics cards, apart from the one that killed them. But it was what it was. It wasn't a disaster, but at the same time, definitely could have gone better. A couple of different decisions I could have made that could have made it a little bit easy for the Guardians. But all in all, really good game. Really enjoyed it. Love the new Black Order. They're not as bad as they once were.
Apparently
but they are still pretty hardcore. For a 4-model team at 19 threat, they really do bring the pen.
A lot of movement, a lot of damage. So as always with casual players playing for fun, as always, champion forever ahead of the table. But a massive thank you, Dave.
More than welcome.
A massive thank you for watching, and I'm going to hoover these off me now because I'm covered. Bye.
See you guys.
Well, a massive thank you for watching that video, guys. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to find some more, they should be over here. And if you want to support the channel and the content that we create here, there's links to our Patreon and merchandise in the description below. Take care.